Expectations of these two sets of fans so high. The financial implications massive. Will it be West Ham United or Crystal Palace to jump up a division at the end of this game? And it has to be settled today. So let's take a check on the two lineups for the 2004 Division 1 playoff final. Crystal Palace had to decide who'd replace a suspended Julian Gray on the left-hand side of midfield. And the manager, Ian Dowie, has come up with something of a surprise. Michael Hughes moves to Gray's position, and number 10, Sean Derry, moves into the centre of midfield. Once again, Neil Shipley is preferred to Dougie Freedman, and partners the top goal scorer in this league, Andy Johnson, who really has become a real target man for Crystal Palace. He's scored 27 times in the league this season. West Ham keep an unchanged side. This is a team that's triumphed in the second leg of the semi-finals, and they include a player who began the season at Crystal Palace. Number 17, Hayden Mullins, might have mixed emotions about playing against his former club today. West Ham's crippling wage bill means today could be something of a last hurrah for some of these players who could well be sold off, and heading that list could be number 6, Michael Carrick, an England international. Check then on the substitutes. Watch out for Dougie Freedman, who could well have an impact late on in this game. And Brian Deane, a similar story there for West Ham United. The striker at the end of his career finds himself on the bench, and Don Hutchinson might have to come on and pull the strings in midfield if things aren't going the way of the team. So Hayden Mullins, former Crystal Palace player, plays at left back. A massive stage, massive prize money, and massive expectations for the two sets of players and their fans. First touch by Danny Granville. He's lost out though. Thomas Ratke now early on. In towards Connolly. Came off Carrick. But this is Wayne Routledge. Beautiful afternoon in South Wales. Could be very, very warm down on the pitch. Daly. It's definitely going to be a London club who'll be promoted out of this division, but which of the two? West Ham from the East End of London or Crystal Palace from Croydon? Good one. Scoop forward, looking for Andy Johnson, beat in the air by Daly. Connolly again just slipped slightly. Here's Carrick breaking forward here, tried to help the ball on towards Zamora, couldn't do so. Derry. Johnson onside here for Palace. Takes on Hayden Mullins. Toes outside him. It's sort of bad-looking cross and headed clear by Rapka. And Hughes with a long-range header and gathered there by Stephen Bywater. Good attack by Crystal Palace there. Johnson held the ball up well and then put over a very good cross. Andy Johnson has shown he's up for the task. That's given away rather cheaply. Rihilati, here's Johnson now for Palace. Tried to get the ball forward to Shipley. Rihilati again threw himself into the challenge and he was fouled. And the players going across to the referee's assistant, and Graham Poll trying to lay the law down. There is a foul here, but the referee's assistant flagged for an offside there against Shipley, and he put his flag down. That's why the West Ham players were unhappy, and they had their hands up in the air saying he was offside. Should be a free kick to West Ham United, not Crystal Palace. Well, West Ham United are going to be sore if Palace take full advantage of this situation. Granville and Hughes amongst the favourites to strike this free kick. They're the experts in the team. Looks like Denny Granville who's going to take it. Graham Poll wants that defensive wall back just a few extra yards. Stay in line, please, and don't encroach. It's Butterfield. Oh, it just crept wide. Nobody expected Butterfield to hit that one. Butterfield, who scored against Sunderland in the first semi-final, or first leg of the semi-final at Selhurst Park, and he wasn't too far away there. League Wood again with a rather slack clearance, headed clear by Rihi Lart. Derry, Routledge, who likes to have a run at his opponent, and he's done just that. He's escaped the clutches there of Etherington. It's Routledge, not a great cross, away by Andy Melville. Routledge again, great ball in towards Andy Johnson, who really should have scored. What a chance there for Palace. Andy Johnson mistimed his jump here, that's why he didn't get his header in on target. He's on his way down by the time the ball was on top of him. A bit of over-anticipation there by Andy Johnson. Foul by Popovic. So a chance now for West Ham United to put some players forward into the last third of the field. Carrick delivers. Nico Harson catches. Butterfield. Rihilati. League Wood. Popovic. League Wood again. Routledge, appeared to be a handball there. The referees allowed the advantage. Carrick. Forward towards Samora. Great ball by Carrick. Samora! Fantastic save by Nico Varson. Connolly. Howard. Oh, that's easily West Ham's best chance, and Palace can thank their goalkeeper Nico Varson. This is a terrific through ball here by Michael Carrick, and Zamora should have done better. Needed to angle his shot either side of Nico Varson. He struck it straight at him, and it was a relatively easy save for Nico Varson. Fantastic ball by Carrick. Deserved a better finish, in truth, by Bobby Zamora. Zamora just flicking the ball up in the air, clashing with Rihilati, who clears the ball. Shipley, that's a good ball by Shipley. Routledge. Derry. Derry trying to find an opening. Denny Granville. Derry, oh, slipped the ball through the legs of his opponent. Carrick there, flicks it into Johnson. Shipley and Johnson. Well held, well saved, I should say, by Stephen Bywater. This is turning into a very good football match now. Derry does well with a good chip in there. Headed clear by Mullins, and this is his half chance for Andy Johnson. Low mess now for West Ham. First goal in this game could be absolutely crucial. It could set the tactics for the team who do score for the remainder of the game. Both have threatened. Both teams have threatened. Both have had their chances. Good defending there by Danny Butterfield, former Grimsby player. Carrick to Etherington. Mullins making a break into the opponent's half here. Etherington trying to get away from Butterfield. Easier said than done. Zamora. Oh, Bobby Zamora! Well, that's a great challenge by Danny Butterfield. The pitch once again played a part here. He slipped, did Lee Goodwood, and just slipped out the way as Zamora went through on goal. Graham Poll has spotted something here. He's going to have a word with David Connolly. Aki Vihalati. So corner here to West Ham. Etherington onto the head of Christian Daly. And Christian Daly, who scored some vital goals for West Ham United, really might have done better here. Glanced the ball rather than powering it down. Ball seemed to hit Daly rather than the other way around. Harewood. I think it would end with a rather weak ball. Carrick. Terry Yoroth here with his Huddersfield team, and there's the squad who are seeing themselves now on the giant screen. Peter Jackson's Huddersfield Town here on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, in the playoff final for that division. Offside against Andy Johnson. West Ham United beat Bristol Palace 3-0 at Upton Park earlier this season in the league, but lost 1-0 at Selhurst Park. So both teams have a win apiece in the regular season. Harewood, Redkiner. Up towards Connolly. Wasn't too sure about the ball and where it was, and he tried to get it through to Zamora, and the best West Ham can do is win the corner kick. Carrick. This is Etherington. Found the top corner of the net against Ipswich in the semi-finals, but nothing on this occasion. Not quite the same sort of contact he got against Ipswich in the semi-finals of the playoffs. Palace are proving durable opposition for Alan Pardew's West Ham. He's not particularly happy in Dowie, does he? With every passing minute, the stakes get higher and higher. The closer we get to the end of the game, the more important a goal will be. Here's Routledge. I think that's going to go out. No, it's just about stopped in here for Derry. Granville. Shipley tried to win it. Hughes struck it really well. Great opportunity here. Hughes, and cleared virtually off his own goal line by Thomas Repka. Bywater took enough pace off the original shot. Might have hurt himself in the process. Hughes had that first shot, and then Bywater had to be brave, and Repka did the rest. Another great chance in this game. There haven't been many for Crystal Palace, but that's alongside their earlier chance for Johnson. Derry with a corner. Cleared by Repka once again. Granville. And the goalkeeper took the ball at the second attempt and gets the ball forward here to Bobby Zamora. Trying to outrun Hughes. Hughes into Connolly. Granville won it back. Palace coming strong again as we head for half-time. Andrew Johnson. He's been impeded by Repka, not for the first time this season. Thomas Repka is going to get a yellow card. This is his 17th booking of the season. He's the most booked player in the Football League. Connolly, that's a good ball by David Connolly. Zamora just waited slightly. It's still Zamora who's gone down under Lee Gatwood's challenge. He claims he has his jersey tugged by Lee Gatwood. Yeah, Ledgerwood definitely held the jersey there of Bobby Zamora, but he just went down a little bit too easily. Oh dear, if Thomas Repka has fouled Derry and it looked a bit of a hefty challenge, he could be in trouble. The whistle actually signals the end of the first half rather than a foul. It has been fast and furious, certainly in the opening half an hour. Since then the pace has slackened slightly, but we're no closer finding out whether one of these two London clubs, Crystal Palace or West Ham United, will be playing in the Premier League next season. Half-time score then from Cardiff's Millennium Stadium. It's Crystal Palace 0, West Ham United 0. Well, the sun has come out again for the start of the second half in the Division 1 playoff final. Currently level at 0-0 between Crystal Palace, who will restart the game, and West Ham United. No substitutions to report at half-time. Will this be settled in the next 45 minutes, or will we need extra time? And who knows, even penalties to settle the issue. Andy Johnson knows all about penalties at Cardiff, having missed one here for Birmingham City in a League Cup final against Liverpool. So Crystal Palace get the second half underway in the 2004 playoff final of Division 1. as Johnson helps the ball down. And the first shot on goal comes from Shipley. Good combination between Andy Johnston and Neil Shipley. We did talk about Shipley's lack of goals in the first half. Here's Zamora. Suspicion of handball there by Carrick, and indeed the referee Graham Paul spotted that. Alan Pardew said he's so proud of his team, having turned around the fortunes of the club in the last 12 months. They released 21 players after West Ham United were relegated last winter, or the end of last season rather. And they've rebuilt a side. Connolly thought about the shot, just sliced off his boot. Connolly had to avoid the attention of the referee then, and never really got over the ball. Hughes. Oh, the ball into the side netting. Was it pushed there by the goalkeeper? That would have been a curious goal. Reminiscent of a goal I remember in the League Cup final, which Bolton scored. It's a peculiar incident here. It just seemed to touch Hayden Mullins on its path through to goal. The result of all that is a corner. Popovic, Shipley. That would have been a sensational goal. The height of the ball here as it bounced up made it difficult for Shipley. Good header here by Popovic to help the ball down. You're watching the Division 1 playoff final from Cardiff's Millennium Stadium. Crystal Palace in the yellow against West Ham United, 0-0. The winners go into the Premier League. Routledge. Ball at times seems to be glued to his boot. Rihilati. Connolly has some space here. Now, what can West Ham United do? Ledgerwood did really well. It's Lomas. Oh, good save by Varson. Lomas really hit that one well. Seemed to push the ball up in the air when really should have tipped this one out for a corner. It is out for a corner kick now. Etherington, Popovic, out front of the one. Good pressure here by West Ham United. Is this the moment when the dam will break? Carrick and Etherington discuss what they're going to do with this corner. Right down in front of the West Ham United fans now. Etherington drives it in. Zamora misses it. Appeals for handball as Andy Melville struck that one goalwards. Nothing doing in terms of a penalty kick, but there was an arm there, and that arm belonged to a Crystal Palace player. Graham Paul says no spot kick. Oh, there was a handball by a Crystal Palace player. It was Shipley, I think. Retka. In fact, it was Andy Melville who turned it away. Derry again. Palace have not been as effective in this second half as they were in the first. West Ham just seem to have the measure of them. And here's Etherington for West Ham. Etherington struck Butterfield. There was no handball there, despite the pleas of the West Ham United supporters. Routledge. West Ham really have settled in this second half. Andy Johnson now for Palace. Opening here for the South London side. Johnson and a goal! Neil Shipley has scored the goal which could send Palace towards the Premier League. Doesn't score that many, but boy, that could be an important one. Shipley just followed that shot up as it spilled off the goalkeeper, and it was no more than a tap-in. Johnson just ran and ran and ran, had the shot. Definitely onside when Johnson had the shot, and Neil Shipley couldn't have wished for a better chance. It hits his left foot here and then comes off his right. He didn't even hit that one sweetly, but look at Ian Dowie. He believes the promised land is in sight. Offside here against Connolly, that's not going to count. The flag was up very early against David Connolly, and West Ham United's fans are up out of their seats, but they're disappointed. Yes, Connolly definitely offside. The captain points the way forward towards the Premiership. It's his 10th goal of the season. I wonder how important it will prove to be. And really, West Ham United now are going to have to alter their tactics. They can't sit back any longer. That's Palace's job. Popovic. It won't be at all surprised if we have an imminent substitution by West Ham United. Cries of Eagles, Eagles around Cardiff's Millennium Stadium, the nickname of Crystal Palace Football Club. 19th in this division just before Christmas, and the substitution we thought about is going to unfold here. A late flag, and that's not going to count against Zamora. Is offside. Very late flag this time, but Zamora's effort is chalked out. Just offside again here. Neil Shipley's gone down. He's struggling. Lomas not too happy with that challenge from Derry. This is not a time for West Ham United to lose their nerve. Andy Melville adds his to Pennyworth. I think there's a yellow card here for Sean Derry. And in the second of the game, he follows Thomas Retka into the referee's notebook. This is why Derry was booked. It was a genuine attempt to try and win the ball in truth, but look at Lomas. Those two players will be spending their summer holidays together. And this looks worrying. The goal scorer looks very, very uneasy on his feet. Graham Poll asking him to leave the playing surface so he can get on with the game. Graham Poll is a buster catch, you know. Crystal Palace certainly not a team in a hurry at the moment. A little bit of cramp, it appears, for Neil Shipperley. That's a great ball into the danger zone. Dean trying to charge in. Lemas to take a long throw. Daly gives chase. Daly flicks it up. And Carrick had the shot. Well held by Nico Varson. West Ham about to make another substitution. More on that in a moment. Here comes Don Hutchison. Plenty of experience here for West Ham. Exit David Connolly. Don Hutchison, who was in the Sheffield United team, beaten by Crystal Palace back in '87. So a notable double, perhaps an unwanted double on the CV of Don Hutchison. I suspect West Ham will go a little bit more route one here. Some long high balls into the box to try and pick out the height of Brian Deane. Shipperley, who seems to be all right now. Went to ground again, and Johnson trying to win it back. And here's Andy Melville. Christian Daly back to his goalkeeper. Carrick. 15 minutes to go, slightly more. That's all that separates Crystal Palace now and the Premier League. Radka. Aim towards Dean, an opportunity here for Etherington. And he skipped it high and wide. Watch the number of high balls played into that Crystal Palace penalty area for Brian Deane. Doesn't matter if he wins them or not, he's causing enough of a problem, Brian Deane, against the central defenders of Crystal Palace. Ian Dowie apologising for his outburst. All I'd say is that both semi-finals of the playoffs in this division this season provided late goals. I wonder if it's going to be a similar story here at the Millennium Stadium. Johnson. Crystal Palace have moved to a back three. Hutchison. Daly! And he's scooped that one off the edge of his boot. And wide. It's going to be a straight fight in that area there. Who's going to win those balls? And with Darren Powell now playing as sweeper, it's going to be whether Crystal Palace can keep West Ham at arm's length. Johnson. 4 minutes stoppage time is met with a groan by Crystal Palace fans and a cheer from West Ham's fans. Plenty of time for an equaliser. Michael Carrick is hobbling at the moment. West Ham United technically down to 10 men. It's all the effects of that challenge which might have led to a penalty as Carrick appeared to be fouled. Here's an opportunity. Lomas. Brian Deane. And it's bound agonisingly close and out for a goal kick. Brian Deane tried to kill this one into the top of the goal. already played 1 minute of our 4 minutes of stoppage time. Free kick. West Ham need to get the ball upfield quickly here. They've got one last chance perhaps. We've played 4 minutes of stoppage time, and then the goalkeeper delivers the ball into touch, and that just sums up West Ham United's woes. Former Crystal Palace player. It's Crystal Palace's day, and the Eagles are soaring into the Premier League. What a story! What an unbelievable story! 19th of December time, when Ian Dowie joined the club, and he's taken Palace all the way.
Nationwide Football League Division 1 playoff final are Crystal.
Those players can hardly believe what they've achieved. They were only in the playoff position a week when the season ended, and John Harben, the physio, celebrates with the players. This has to be the most unlikely promotion in the history of the playoffs. On the 1st of November, Crystal Palace were beaten 5-0 at Wigan. Steve Kember lost his job. Kit Simons took over as caretaker manager. And on Boxing Day, Ian Dowie took charge, and what a reversal of fortunes it's been since then. Incredible. After 6 years' absence, Crystal Palace return to the top flight of English football, and West Ham United stare at another season in Division 1.